Okay, so this is the demo site. You should know the front end. If you go to loanfactory.com, you play around with it, that is the front end. And when you sign up, you have the same website. You can pick your template. There's a few templates that change your look and feel of your website. And you can change it. You can add more pages. You can you can change the content of a page. And if you want, let me show you. If you want a customized page, wherever you want, you can change wherever you want. If you want to customize your page extensively, MOSO can offer that, can help you. Wherever you want, we will build it for you. And we charge a nominal fee, something like $1,000 to $2,000 one time. So it's just an option for you. Like this is the front end for Loan Factory. Very simple. We don't want a complicated page because simple is better. Less is more. Remember that. Customer just want to come to check the rate, the cost, the payment, want to see if they qualify or not, and how do they apply. And that's all. And that's what we offer. We want to show them the code so they can run the pricing. They can fill out application. They can contact us. They can check. We want to show them something so they can trust us, right? And that's all. So this is the front end. I expect everyone do some research about this already. And then on the back end, this is the back end. We have, most of us know that as a life cycle of a loan, first is a lead, and then you convert to a prospect, and then a prospect is when we have a full an application. Borrow fill out an application. We call it a prospect. And then a prospect. Hold on one second. So, and then if the borrower committed, fill out application and upload all the documents, we convert it to a loan. Then we submit it to the lender for approval. And so here is something I draw out so you can try to understand a little bit. So a lead, go to prospect, go to loan. And wherever you work on the lead, when borrower fill out the application, it becomes prospect. And the LOA can jump in and try to convert it to a loan and submit to the lender and take care of condition and closing. So that's a
Can I see that page again really quick? Do
yes.
You care? Okay. Perfect, thank you.
Okay, so when you sign up, you have a website, you have everything set up for you, but you need to go in and customize it. You need to enter your business information. You need to create an account for your team, and every account have role and all that. We support many states, many branches. You have to set up the billing, of course, to pay MOSO. You can set up the chat. You can turn on MOSO chat. That means on the website, when customer check out your website, they have questions, they can request to chat with you.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Internally, do you use MOSO or do you tie it into Facebook for yourself?
MOSO. It's all preference. It's your personal preference. It's just that my staff is big and we always have the website open. So we use MOSO.
Yes.
But if you don't log into the website a lot, you can use Facebook because I think most people have their Facebook chat open.
Okay.
So again, we build a lot of feature, but you don't have to use them all because some feature it doesn't build for you. You might not need it at all. You don't have to use them all. So we have widget, but most people don't need to use widget. Widget is for if you have an existing website and you don't want to use our website, you can add a widget, the code widget, into your existing page. Google Drive integration, I recommend to sign up with Google to use their service for email, for storage, for everything. So we integrate mostly with Google. So it's a recommended service. You need to sign up with them and go in here and enter your credential, and everything should be populated for you. Group email service is also important. We have different group. Like every branch have an email alias. We call that email alias. So we have, I automate a lot. So like for every branch, we create email alias for that branch automatically. Where is it? Email here. You can create an email. You can enter any email here for the entire branch. And the email can be based on the role. Like all of the LO can have an email alias, lo@yourcompanyname.com. It can be based on branch or role or anything you want. It should be automatic too. Let me see, there's a lot and I don't want to spend too much time. I just go over all the features that offered by MOSO. Website setting here, you can select a master design, the look and feel, we call that theme. Change the color, the shape, the font. You can change your home page. This is what it looks. You can select, you can look at preview, you can add a section, you can do a lot. But when you make any changes, you need to preview right away. Don't wait. Don't wait, because if you make too many changes and you screw up, it's hard to revert it back.
You don't know where you made that change.
Exactly. You can upload your logo, small logo, social link. So the main feature is what we recommend you to go to. You have to set up all of this. It's the main feature. You should have it. A tag manager is when you advertise on Google or Facebook, it can track for you.
So that's where you would put your pixel for Facebook?
Yeah, exactly. You enter your Google Analytics ID, any custom script here, metadata here.
Okay.
And the domain, you can have more than one domain. And one of the very cool feature, very good feature that I think most of the broker out there or lender out there don't have is we build a web page for all of the LO. I don't know why. This is probably the.
So would it be like your domain /LO's name?
Yes.
Yeah.
And this LO have the share. This web page is exactly like the main website. just like this one.
Right, they're just child sites that are
Yeah,
cloned, right?
basically it's the same.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have your own domain name too. Sorry, I logged in and that's why. And you can customize it. You can give it a custom domain.
Right.
And you can customize the lender too. Let's say the main site we have 10 lenders or 20 lenders.
Mm-hmm.
Then this agent can choose only 2 or 3 lenders.
Right. Okay.
Very powerful.
Say if they're doing VA streamlines and you got a lender set up at a lower lender pay comp plan, and
Yes.
that's what that
Yes.
LO focuses
And
on.
this LO can decide their own page, their content, their header and footer, they put in their bio, they can enter the social link and all that. Mm-hmm. They can put in custom script to do their own advertising. So it's very powerful. It's very simple but powerful.
Mm-hmm. So the LO could enter their own credit report credentials as well, so that they're
Yes.
billed separately from
Yes.
the
Yes.
branch account.
If you look,
okay.
Remember this. This is for every user have this setting.
Yes.
So they can there and create, they can input their own credential for credit report.
Mm-hmm.
They are set up a commission plan, and we have different commission plan. You can create new, and there's different types of commission plan. Mm-hmm. So some LO you pay them a quarter. 50 basis point. Some LO you pay them 100 basis point. Mm-hmm. Some LO you charge a flat fee. Mm-hmm. Some LO you charge 25%, something, whatever you want. You can set up the comp here. Mm-hmm. And when the loan is closed, their commission will be broken up into two parts. You are the broker, you get to keep what you keep, mm-hmm. and they get paid on what they need. And they can go to compensation, they can request for commission to be paid, and mm-hmm. you can review and pay them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So okay. Basically, the idea is I am a broker, and whatever problem or issue that I run into, I build something to solve it.
Right.
So keeping track of accounting, commission, and paying is also an issue. So I automate it. Whatever I need to do, I automate it. Mm-hmm. And that's what I've been doing over the past 7 years.
Yeah, automation is key, man. It's total 100%. But yes. What you're designing here is an ability to automate out of one platform instead of 4 or 5.
Yeah, yes. And it's impossible for 2 platforms to work together. Yeah. It's very difficult. Mm-hmm. It takes you forever to make it work. And as soon as it works, it will break.
Yeah.
Because the system changes. Yes.
Antoine, do you close your 2,000 loans just with MOSO by itself?
Yes. I don't use any other software.
You know, you close like 2,000 loans a month. It's like all through here. You just figure it out here.
Last month I closed almost 1,000 loans.
Okay, 2,000 still a lot, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have leads. Like you probably have like 2,000 leads though, right? And I think you close 1,000.
Yes. So. Yes. Yeah. You close normally half. If you're lucky, you close half of the active transaction.
Yeah, I figured so. How many people actually go to your website directly, or actually, the traffic that goes to your website, with this, loanfactory.com that actually applies on there? Would you say is majority or just half? Or
yes. Majority.
Majority? Okay.
So you're primarily using this as a POS.
Everything. I told you, everything.
It's everything.
But yes. Your business model is POS, where all of your you're not having application conversations over the phone with people. They're filling out the applications online the majority of the time, correct?
Correct. My goal is I do less, they do more. The borrower do everything. I don't do anything. Mm-hmm. And by doing so, the borrower will be responsible for their own act. If there's any mistake, it's their problem. If they don't submit documents, it's their problem. I cannot lock rate for them, that's their problem. Mm-hmm. They need to monitor the rate and tell me to lock, If they don't, it's their problem. So that's how I can have too many, I mean, a lot of loan. And if you look at my Yelp rating or Google review rating, my review is almost 5-star.
Right.
So
it's self-service, basically.
exactly, self-service. That you do everything. I don't do anything. Period. So that is the model.
Do you have your processor call them though after it's submitted, right? That's what you do? Okay.
Of course, customer, they don't know much. You have to support them.
So you have a massive, how many processors do you have again? Like 20?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Okay. Yeah, your model is the way to go. Like, I really think it is. Like, I've really thought about it very carefully.
Yeah.
So this is good. Okay.
Okay. So we build a lot of cool things. The dashboard will show you the number of loans and prospect, breaking down by advisor, by different branch, breaking down by branch and team and processor. This is the current snapshot. We can look at the performance over the past few months, 3 months, 6 months, year to date last year. We look at the performance. Performance is closed transaction. We can look at everything. And then
where do you see that at? The dashboard?
Yeah, the dashboard.
How do you get there?
You go to dashboard right here. Anything important will show up on top.
Oh.
Yeah, we make everything really simple.
I don't have the dashboard button on mine.
You're supposed to. You're supposed to. Everyone has a dashboard by default.
I have a search button, loans, prospect, leads, and quote.
No, you should have a dashboard. Let me see. You can go to
company setting.
Yeah, you have to turn it on.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'll turn it on. So turn on text message.
Yeah.
So you said text message, turn it on. Leads. Okay, hot leads. Okay. No. Okay, now I see it.
Yeah, you turn it on. That's it. Okay. So going back here, we have email setting. These are all of the main feature you have to go to. It's very important. Email setting. You have to select email service provider. You have to sign up with them. They give you like 30,000 free emails a month, free. So it's very cool. It's also, I think they own by Google as well. But if you use a lot more, then you start paying.
So then the email isn't running through your G Suite account. It's running through a third service provider.
No. This email is for sending out email using the platform.
Right. Exactly. So it's kind of like chip mail or something like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not chip.
You can through Google Suite or G Suite?
G Suite doesn't provide this kind of service. G Suite is for creating an account in Gmail, simple thing for individual level. This is massive email.
Oh, I see.
Send out 1,000, 10,000 email.
So you sign up for SendGrid and Mailgun?
One of the two. It's up to you.
Okay.
You have to sign up.
Which one do you use?
Either way, they are the same.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Either way. Email design, you can select the design. Email template is important. We have a lot of template. And the email template is email you send to the borrower. And if you don't like any of these template, you can edit it and save it. Okay.
And so the email template section, I know you have workflows built in here too. If I go to the email template section, is that going to segregate out the emails from the internal workflows that are built into it?
No, this is just to view and edit the template itself. It has nothing to do with workflow.
Okay.
And email reduction, because you have to be mindful. You have to be very careful with email. You don't want to spam your borrower or anyone. If you, I know the tendency to let the whole world know about your website, about your service, but if you spam them, they will mark your domain as spammer,
And you're dead.
and you are screwed. Your legitimate email will go to spam folder, and it's really bad.
That email reduction settings, can you open that up again really quick? So a delay for document upload notification 1 minute. Okay, so
let's say the borrower send you a document. You want to receive notification that, hey, borrower send you something. Go there and check it out and submit to the lender. But you know, borrower, they submit one document, they submit 10 documents or 20 documents. We don't want to receive 10 or 20 emails say, hey, borrower, upload this document.
Yeah.
So we make it one minute interval. You can do 5 minutes interval. So
speaking of documents, when you have all the documents and you submit to lender, does it transfer to the lender automatically? You have to manually do it.
We say that again.
All your documents, say they upload it into the portal, right? All their documents, their W-2s, you know, their tax returns, all that stuff, and then you select the lender. Do you have to download that packet and re-upload to the lender, or does it send it automatically?
You have to download and upload it to the lender.
Okay.
A lender, they are very bad. The system,
Yeah, no doubt.
They're very bad. I think my system is better than most lenders out there. They are using basic, platform, and those platforms are very old and very hard to change. Okay. Anyway, config alert here. You just play around with it.
Right.
You don't want to spam them. The alert, you send them too many alerts, they mark you spammer too. So be careful with all of this.
If you're marked as a spammer, can you just change your send grid or mail gun, or you're forever marked?
No.
It's IP, right?
Yeah.
Is it?
Your reputation will be damaged, and it's hard to fix. Just like you go out and you don't. You make a lot of false promise. People know that you are just a talker. They never believe you again.
Okay.
Don't screw up your reputation. That's what we call it, reputation, right? We need to keep a good reputation.
That's true. Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah. And then you can set up closing costs, licensing, and code setting. These are very important settings you have to set up. Very important.
Where would you go to set up the actual title fees? Like, you know, escrow fee, title fee. It just has a blanket number. It doesn't have the actual.
So right now the system is not. Initially, I use closing costs here, and I'm still using this to estimate what is the closing cost. Depend on the loan amount. If loan amount is up to 250, then this is the cost. This is for refinance only. And then here we shall have some adjustment for condo questionnaire, PUD, subordination, investment, all that, all say adjustment.
I see.
So remember, this is a testing, the demo server, so the number is not correct.
Okay, I figured so.
So there's a way to customize the cost so that it's more accurate. But then later on, I build a feature. I integrate with some title company, and I build an integration. So there's a tab here, closing costs here. You can go here and make sure all the fee are correct. And then you can generate the LE. And we
Where was this? Go back to that real fast. How do you get there?
You go to any prospect or loan.
Okay.
You will see this tab.
Uh-huh.
You can see the estimate closing costs right here.
I see.
And then you can generate the LE.
That's
Okay.
basically your fee sheet right there, your
Yes.
old school fee sheet.
This is the fee sheet, yeah. And you can populate it. You know, up here, appraisal fee is estimate. Lender fee, we have some lender fee already. And then escrow and title fee, we get it from Ambrock or Timios.
So those escrow and title fees, are those ported in based on loan amount off of their fee schedule?
This is supposed to be correct.
Okay.
This is an API, go and access their system and get the numbers. Okay. So it's supposed to be 100% accurate. This is the same thing that log into your website, to their website, and manually input and get the fee. Same thing.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's good.
Yeah, but there's some bug and I didn't have time to fix it yet.
Oh, there's a bug with it?
Yeah, you can report a bug if you see any bugs. And we will fix it. So
what is the bug with title and escrow fees? Are they coming over incorrect?
It's complicated because, yeah, it's coming in. Everything coming in. It's just that we need to, whenever, you know, when I work on any feature, it looks simple, but when I touch it, it becomes a mess. Because we have 50 states, and every state have different type of fee and different way. You know, it's all a big mess. And when I build a feature, I don't want to build a feature for one state. I want to build a feature for all 50 states. So that's why it's getting complicated.
So if you're having correct me if I'm wrong, but you're having the lender disclose all of your deals, correct?
Yes.
So then you're not even really generating an LE on your own anyway, right?
Correct. That's why I'm not doing it. And that's why I don't have urgency to fix it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's basically just there to be able to run the details of transaction on your 1003, right?
Yes, yes. It's just a simple, I mean, just get around it and focus on something more important. As a broker, you don't have to worry about the LE. So why would you spend time and effort on it? You need to focus on getting customers and help them process the loan and lock rate and make sure they are happy. And you collect the money. That's all. Who care about? I mean, if the lender disclosing for you, then why would you worry?
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
So closing costs, licensing is easy, super easy. Code setting is control what the user will see. You want them to see 8 rate or 7 rate or 5 rate. You can control it here. You can control a lot of things on that page here. We have processing setup, to-do config.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute.
Okay, so to do by default, when customer fill out an online application, we generate a list of to-do for them. We generate a list of to-do.
Sorry, I'm trying to get this phone to stop ringing. I apologize.
So when customer fill out an application, as soon as they finish, they see this list. So they know that they need to upload this. So we remember, I make the borrower do everything. So I ask them up front. I ask them, and if they don't upload, it's their problem. If they upload but missing some document, they cannot come back and blame me.
Right.
Because I asked them up front. So these are generated automatically by the system. Also, you can customize it. Let's say, for example, UWM. UWM, they want to have the driver license. Some lender don't require that. You just can go here and set it up. So this is a to-do or condition for the borrower, for anyone. Could be from borrower, for escrow or processor. If you want your processor to do something at certain stage, you can go here and create it here. So
now
let's say,
go ahead. I apologize.
let's say if you want your processor to order payoff demand when the loan is approved, you can go here and set it up. So to set it processor and when you want this to generate it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can add it. And you can set more filter, like for lender is UWM. You can do a lot of customization. Let's say if your loan amount is too big, become a jumbo, something like that. You can ask loan type is jumbo or home ready. You can ask for some document. You can control anything here. VA loan. You make sure that if it's VA loan coming in, go check VA website, make sure they have the certificate of eligibility. Check out their entitlement, check out different things, then do different things. So these are how you control your processor. Make sure they do their work and not skipping or missing important step.
Can I ask a question about this really quick?
Yes.
Is when you set it in here as a condition for the processor, that's only a condition on that individual file. That's not a global condition set.
It's a global because any loan that generated, and when it hit this condition, it will generate the to-do for that loan.
Okay, so in the borrower, in a prospect profile, you can create global conditions that are saved and trigger off when that condition is met on any other new prospect moving forward, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, prospect created right here.
Mm-hmm.
Or
right.
when loan is locked, there's a lot of different criteria.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't like you create a condition that you intended it to be global and it was only created for that one individual file.
No, we don't work on an individual file. This is a company setting. Remember that. This is company setting.
Oh, I thought you went in there under the prospect file. Okay, I apologize.
No.
Okay.
No, on the prospect, on individual loan, you can do it too. Like here, you can add borrower to do. Mm-hmm. Or processor to do. You can manually create a to-do for every single transaction.
Right, and that would be on an individual file basis,
yes.
But then you were in the, okay, I'm with you. Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
I'm switching back and forth, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
And then loan template config.
Yeah, I was diving into this. You've got like 140 different automations built into the general template in this thing. I went through them all last night, and it's pretty extensive.
Yeah.
That took a lot of time, so I appreciate that, Dan, because I understand there's a lot of thinking involved in that.
I work on this for 7 years. Mm-hmm. I work on this system more than I work with my customers.
I bet. Well, it's because it makes you money. That's why.
It's crazy. Yeah.
It doesn't make him much money.
Well, you don't know how much money I spend on this software. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Okay, now let's go to AUS. These are important, and you should have it. You must have it. Mm-hmm. You need to set up a DO and LPA so that you can run AUS as soon as borrower submit the application. Mm-hmm. Then you know right away the loan can get appraisal waiver. You know what is the condition upfront, everything upfront. Even before I submit the loan to the lender.
Now, LPA, you still have to submit that kind of like third-party TPO style, right? Where you export 3.2 and upload?
Nope. Everything goes out of the box. everything should work.
Okay.
Everything should be supposed to simple. I told you, everything you do, besides reviewing the application, everything else should be 2 or 3 clicks. Everything should be 30 seconds or less. That's how I can handle so many loans. You tell anything you want, I tell you that it takes me 2 to 3 clicks, no more than 2 to 3 clicks.
Mike, what are you using right now?
Kalex, you know, the standard freaking dinosaur system. What about you?
Yeah, I'm using Arrive.
I was looking at Arrive too, and I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like it's about 60% complete, right?
Well, Arrive Next, not bad, but I think this system, I mean, if he can actually, you know, if Loan Factory closes over 1,000 loans every month using just this system, that means it's definitely, you know,
working, right?
It's working somehow. So it's just you got to figure it out, I think.
Yeah. Exactly. I agree with you. And I think our biggest pain point as a company, I run Pipedrive to kind of try and run the
test, right?
The what?
What is Pipedrive?
It's just a CRM that I'm using to try and run like, Tammy, what am I calling that? It's, you know, who's responsible for what? So it's the template, the tasking of the file, so that when the file hits a certain stage, then it automatically tasks like my processor to do X, Y, Z.
I see.
But Than's got this all built in, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about, Than.
Oh, his name is you pronounce his name Tuan, so.
Tuan? Oh, I'm sorry.
Just like
Tuan.
mine. It's just with the H. It's like Tuan, but Tuan.
I'm sorry, Tuan.
No, I'm saying, you know, his name is pronounced Tuan, just like mine. Mine's Tuan also, so it's the same.
Okay.
So no worries. Okay.
I know that most people sign up for software and they don't use it. A lot.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, exactly. So, Tuan, what I wanted to talk to you about is if you go back in the loan templates, that's what I want to talk about, because built into that loan templates is a lot of tasking automation for your staff, like your processors and your LOAs, correct?
Yes.
And you've got like 140 of them or something built into this.
Yeah.
How is a processor or the LOA alerted that they have just been assigned a task to said file? Do they have like their own task dashboard? I didn't see that anywhere. Or is it just under the notification tab in each individual borrower file, or do they run a report every day? Where are they seeing what they have to do every day on every file?
Yeah. There are two ways. And again, my goal is everything should be automatic, because communication is a problem. When communication, if it delay, is also a problem.
Exactly.
Missing is also a problem. So communication is super important. And the best way to make sure everything flows smoothly is no communication at all. So let's say borrow fuel on application.
I like that analogy because that is so true. Okay,
yeah, I want to cut down everything. So when let's say when the loan coming in, you can convert to a loan and the loan is not ready. So let's say this one, you can convert to a loan and you can select the owner of the loan. Let me see.
Which should be
Yeah, you can select the owner and you can notify them or notify the borrower. So we have this because some borrowers are sensitive. Sometimes we don't want borrower to know. Sometimes we want borrower to know so they contact the right person. So that's why we have these checkbox here.
Okay.
And this is one way we notify them. And there's a notification right here on top right of the window, or it can be email. And then that is one way. Another way is when the user logging in. Remember, we have 3 tabs here.
Mm-hmm.
And the My tab is their loan. So if we assign them a loan, it pop up in here automatically.
Okay, so the processor, each processor they're going into mine and they see
Yes.
their pipeline.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a status here new they can work on.
Right. And then all of their to-dos are listed right there underneath the
Yes.
to-do button.
Does it email automatically to them too, the to-do list, or do you have it does it automatically?
Everything automatic.
So when they start off, they start off as a prospect, or then you transfer it to a loan, right? Or do you just go straight to the loan?
Yeah, it has to be prospect first.
Prospect first, and then when do you say it's a loan? When you run credit and they sign the disclosures, or I mean,
when the loan is ready to submit to the lender.
oh, then you put it as loan. I got it.
That
Okay.
means they fill out the complete application and send us all the supporting documents.
I see.
And then
Okay.
you go in, review their loan, review the DTI, pull the credit report, run the US, and then convert to a loan and submit to the lender.
Do you run their credit before they upload your docs, or you wait for the docs first?
Normally I wait.
Okay. Because you don't want to waste $31, right? If you don't have a deal.
Not only that, but customer will get mad at you if they're not ready.
Okay. Okay, I got it. Especially if you're dealing with that many people. Okay, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
No doubt. I've got a question on the filters, that view all button over there. Click on that. I was looking at my site last night.
What filter?
The view all filter on the far right of that screen. Need to follow up. Are you able to add additional filters, filter criteria in there, or?
Yeah, we have all kind of filter, very powerful. Let's say this borrower, let's say he quit his job, and he say, call me back in 2 months when I get a new job.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do is, you don't want to, you can click here, click to follow up, need to follow up, and then you can select when you want to follow up, and then select when it wake up. Then you want to do a system notification, or email or text. You know, so that is the notification to follow up, the follow up feature. We have, you know, everything should be on one page. I want my staff to work on one page. This is the main page. Everything you can do is here. You can mark any label. Label is very powerful, and you can filter label too. This is label. You can filter label in here.
Where do you create those labels?
Right here.
Label plus sign?
Okay. Label, right here, you type in anything.
Where do you delete the labels to keep that label?
Right here. You enter it here, right? It's showing up right here. If you want to delete it, click on it and delete it.
Okay, I gotcha. Okay.
So those are the labels. And you can see how important it is. Some customer, very important customer, or a rush file or purchase file, you change it to highest.
So under that view all drop down over on the far right, the only action that you're able to take on that is based on a need to follow up action, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't know if on the back end you were able to add more.
There's no need to. There's no need to.
Okay.
If you think something needed, let me know. But I've been going through all of these scenario. I've been working on this feature, so I know what is needed and what is not needed.
Let me ask you another. Go ahead.
Sorry, I missed what you said earlier about $1,000 one-time fee. Was that for a web designer? What was that for?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, the web designer.
So you have a contact that we can contact for the web designer as a one-time fee?
We design for you.
It's already automatic, right? The one that pops up.
But it doesn't. It's a template. Remember, template is not customized, right?
Okay.
And if you want to customize the way you want, you can ask.
But if
them.
I have a professional website team to do it, they can just hop in here and do it, right?
I doubt it. No.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay. So how do, who do we contact to do it?
You can
For
email
the,
MOSO team. Yeah.
oh, okay.
info@moso.com. You can email them and ask them.
Okay. And will they place it for you too? Say you bought like a website like broker123 and then they can place it on that website
Yes.
for you too?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question because I was kind of wondering this. My area, I mean, we're running with a lot of manual underwrites where debt to income, the front end ratio becomes a concern. I noticed that the only way to be able to view your front end ratio is on the 1008. Is that correct? Because everything I see is back end ratio and then the front end is only viewable on the 1008.
Yeah. Right now, I don't really focus on front end and back end. I just run AUS and let it decide it for me because
Okay.
it's so fast to run AUS. It's so fast. Just one click and you run it, you see the result, and I don't have to worry about it.
Okay. Unless it's like a 68 or something.
Yeah, something. Yeah, when I run into problem, then I fix it. And most of the problem for broker, I don't have to worry. Maybe lender, we still have a lot of issue. So
You mean overlay wise? Is that what you're talking
our
about?
platform is not designed for a lender. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, cool. I've got a list of questions. I know I'm hitting you up while you're trying to go through this demo,
Let
but
me finish up this one. So AUS, you have to set it up. Here you can turn on branch and team if you have more than one branch or you want to use team feature. You want to use Google Calendar, human resource, recruiting, leave management.
leave management, what is that? Allows you to track and manage employee apps. Okay, I gotcha.
Review, Google review, Yelp, Zillow, and all that. Mailing list. Mailing list is powerful.
Is
Very
that
powerful.
emailing list or is that print and
Yeah,
email?
that email list.
Okay.
Does it do call reports?
Yeah. Mailing list, like I'm gonna send out an email to all my clients, my active, the active client about G fee gonna increase, and I push them to lock rate. Yeah, very powerful, and I can do this in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You can go to mailing list here. You can create a static or dynamic list, and I can select all the prospect and then it's created all prospect for me. And then I can just send email, and then in here I can select a template if I have one, or I can type in the email and send it out.
Nice.
So everything can be done so quick, and I can select all the loan, and do I want to include these? And then I can select that loan that aside the processor, depend on the status, approve, unlock, and then I can filter and email just these.
Can you do pre-approval letters with this system?
Yes.
Where would you do that at?
Remember, everything I do, 3 clicks.
Okay.
Anything.
All right.
So, yeah, you
Prospect.
go to prospect, it will show you you can, it's loading slow, I don't know why. So basically you just open the 1003 and then you can issue pre-approval right there. Yeah, it's very easy, very fast. There's a button, submit and qualify, and then you can issue pre-approval. And it generates pre-approval automatically. You don't have to worry. You don't have to type a letter or something.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very easy. Two click. Just go to the loan, open up 1003, review it, and then issue pre-approval. After if you want, you can run credit report and run AUS and then issue pre-approval. Very easy. Yeah, go ahead. I mean, sorry, somehow it's loading too long.
It's all right.
How do you get? I'm retarded. How do you get to the 1003? So I just made a prospect just so I can test the system. So go to prospects, and then you click on where the full name is, or
Short
No,
application,
right
right?
here, right here. You click on the
show it, show your screen.
Prospect. You click on the borrower name, you see everything about the borrower,
Okay.
including the 1003.
The only thing that pops up for me is a to-do list, right? And it says borrower 7 things to do list.
No,
Under
Short
there's
application.
tab. There's different tab. There's a 1003 tab.
So if I click on the name Dean Johnson, and then mine opens up under.
Let me show you from my loan factory.
Okay, because I don't see it. I don't see where it says 1003. So
I think I have internet problem or something. It keep loading. Yeah, you go to, there's a lot of tab on the top of the page. When you go into, you can see everything about a loan, including 1003, AUS. I showed you this before. There's a closing cost.
I have, yeah. This is what it says on mine. It says loan action, short application, prospect information, documents.
Short application is the 1003.
Short application, okay.
Yeah.
And then on the left side is all of your sections of the loan app.
Yeah, exactly. Go to the bottom and you can qualify and issue pre-approval. Yeah, you go ahead and ask me, Mike.
Okay. Is there a way to automate lead imports into the system, like Facebook leads or whatever?
Why you need to import a leads?
Well, say for example, I'm not doing it your way to where it's a POS type of a platform, and I've got leads that I'm doing outbound calls to. Can I have those leads flow into the system? Like, you know, right now I use Zapier to zap leads into like CRM. Is there a way to automate, like when somebody fills out a lead ads form on Facebook, to populate that lead into your system?
I haven't think about it. It should be super easy.
Like I use Zapier right now to populate it into my CRM. Actually, the way that I do it is I send it to a call center, and then they qualify it, and then they send me an email. I use a mail parser to parse out the information, and then the information that I want populates into Pipedrive as a lead.
Wow, it's so complicated. Why don't you create a lead here and let them access the lead and work on it for you, and that's it. You don't have to send back and forth. You don't have to parse the email and all that.
So have them input the lead right
Directly
into the
here.
system.
The call center can log in here and do the work for you, and you can see the result right away.
That might be a good idea, actually.
Could you, they can't see your whole pipeline, right? They only can just see their end?
You give them permission.
See your whole pipeline?
Remember, that's my branch and company. So it depends on their permission. You can give them permission.
What if you don't want to show them everything, like your own personal pipeline?
By
Just in case?
default, they only see the mine. They only see whatever assigned to them.
Oh.
The default is always like that.
Yeah, so you just add them in as a user, and then you filter out what access they have.
And you can control permission. You can control permission of everyone. I have my internet goes bad now.
Okay, that makes sense. So that answers one question.
You can go to associate right here, and you can control the permission if they can see everything or not.
Right, and that's underneath company settings, right? Or is that under users?
No, under user.
Oh, I see associates. I'm with you. Okay.
Yeah, associate. You can control all that.
Are you trying to show your screen, or are you still trying to get your system up?
I'm still stuck with the internet. So.
Well, if you don't mind, I could continue to ask these questions. I went through the system pretty thoroughly last night to be able to get this list of questions. All right, so in the pricing engine, there's no way to be able to, aside of putting a flat fee in, like I was doing in Loan Sifter, there's no way to be able to build in like fee and price pricing scenarios, right? You don't have a checkbox for that. You just put a flat fee in.
Say that again. I'm sorry. What do you want on the pricing engine?
A fee and price option to where.
Yeah. So you want to waive the underwriting fee,
exactly,
right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's easy. It's just that we need to contact all the lenders to see if we waive
You're
that
wiping
fee.
your head going, it's easy.
If we
but
waive
shit.
that fee, then what is the adjustment? Yeah. So
That's
we
the
have
problem.
that for some lender, but not all lender. We can do that. It's not a problem.
Okay.
It's just that in California, we don't use that a lot.
Okay.
So you always charge the borrowers an underwriting fee then?
Yes. In California, come on. Why would we waive that?
It's all based on his comp plan. So
Yeah.
whether he's where he's set to be able to get that done. Lock terms in the pricing engine. Is that pricing engine quoting a 15 or a 30-day lock? I didn't see where you can actually select the
30
days.
days. 30 days lock. 30
Perfect. Okay.
Is there an option to do 45-day or no?
days. We are working on expand that and include 45 days.
Okay.
And there's no way to run borrower paid options in the pricing engine because it's basically set globally on the back end on what your comp is. So it's basically a lender paid model, right, on the pricing engine. Okay.
Correct.
So when I was trying to convert a deal from, what was that? Oh, I was trying to generate the LE last night in a prospect file. I didn't convert it over to borrower, so maybe that was my issue. But when I was trying to generate the LE, it told me to select a lender. I didn't know, I hadn't ran or I didn't create the prospect from the pricing engine, so no lender was selected.
Correct.
If I create a prospect without going through the pricing engine first, how do I select the lender from that prospect screen?
That's a good question. I'm sorry, I don't have internet access right now. We can set a default lender so that we can obtain the fees from that lender and generate the LE.
Okay, so there's a way to do it. You just
Yeah, you can email info@moso.com
okay.
To ask them. I think it's easy to fix. We can just pick a default lender and use the fees from that lender.
Okay, all right. The Google Drive file storage. So a couple of questions on that because we use Google Drive internally too as well. When you create a prospect, when you set up Google Drive, it's going to go ahead and create a default, like let's call it loans file folder.
Yes.
And then you create a prospect, Jane Smith. It's going to create a Jane Smith sub file underneath that main file. And then when she uploads documents, it's going to create a document sub file underneath the Jane Smith file, right? Is that how that works? The file stack?
Not the document. Not the document.
Okay, so everything's just going to flow underneath Jane Smith. Is it labeled to where you can see it, like W-2s?
Correct. We want to put it right in front in the main folder of the loan so that you see right away.
Okay.
And the best practice is to move it inside the subfolder after you process it. Either delete it if it's the wrong document, or move it to unused, or move it to submission folder. move it away so that the main folder is always empty, so that in the future, if customers submit something else, we can see it right away.
Okay, okay, I understand the thought process behind that. So
Yeah.
what you're able to see is unprocessed documents in the main folder, and then the processor moves them to the appropriate subfolder.
So your first
Yeah.
payment is going to
Okay.
be November 1st.
Mortgage insurance default. So I was pricing out an FHA loan and setting up like an FHA prospect yesterday. How do I get the monthly mortgage insurance premium in there? Because it wasn't populating in the 0.85 monthly mortgage insurance for FHA. Is there a way to set up a template for mortgage insurance? And you know, like Kalex, it's got an easy drop down, and it's, you know, if you select FHA, it's going to automatically populate in the FHA MI or whatever factor you use for taxes and
It should be
insurance.
automatic, right? Our system should calculate that automatically.
It wasn't doing it last night on a file that I created for FHA.
Portal.
Where didn't you see it?
So I'm going to go into my prospect screen right now, Dean Johnson. I'm going to go down to, let's see, it's housing expense, proposed expenses, monthly mortgage insurance,
Yeah, it should
0.
populate there. If not, you can email info@moso.com and they can fix it. We can
Okay.
calculate upfront because we know the formula, right?
Right, exactly.
85 basis point a year. So we can calculate and populate it automatically.
Okay.
So yeah, can you please email info@moso.com to ask them to fix it?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Now, I take my loan apps way different than you, and hence the reason why you're doing more volume by far than I am. But like in Kalex Point, it allows me to not start at the contact information or even the general part of the 1003. I can jump right over to employment without inputting any data in general or loan information. Is there a setting to where you can shut those required fields off of general, so when I'm talking to somebody over the phone and they bring up employment, I don't have to complete general, then loan information, then contact info? You know what I mean? To be able to plug that employment information in. Do you
Yeah,
follow what I'm asking?
Yeah, I think you did it wrong. You should create a prospect instead of a loan.
That's what I was doing.
Yes, because the file is not completed. It should not belong to a loan. It should belong to a prospect.
I did start as a prospect. So when I went to transactions and I clicked prospects and then I clicked add, that's where I started it. But then it's not allowing me to, on the right panel, the sections of the 1003, unless I complete general, it doesn't allow me to go on to loan information. And then unless I click the required fields in the loan information, it doesn't allow me to proceed.
Yeah, the reason we don't want the system to have, let's say, orphan, like there's no owner. We don't want to create a file that there's no one responsible for it. That's why we require you to select the owner, whatever important information we require you to have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I understand that, but then there's a couple of areas like borrowers, for example. You know, right there, before I could proceed past borrower, I need to plug a social security number in. If I'm on the phone with them, maybe I haven't built rapport enough yet to be able to obtain their social security number. So what it's requiring me to do is plug in a generic one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we don't want you to skip the page.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So
Before
that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can't go back and add a real social if you put in the wrong one?
You can edit
You can.
it, but
You can?
you
Okay.
gotta. So what I'm saying is, in order for me to get like down to the employment section, I've got to, you know, plug information in there that's not relevant and then go back and then type in what's
You
corrected.
still can see my screen or not?
No, can't.
Okay. Let me do this.
I wonder.
Okay, you can see now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here. Yeah, I know what you mean. You have to finish one page after the other.
Right. And then like under loan information, it's going to ask for subject property address. What if it's a prequal and they don't have a subject property yet?
We don't ask for
it's,
that. If it's a pre-qual, we don't ask for address. You might mix it up.
Okay, I'm under a prospect. I'm
Yes.
creating a prospect. So should I be creating a lead where it doesn't
There
ask for the address?
There are three types of prospect. It is here, change prospect type. There's a refinance, cash out purchase, and pre-approval.
Right.
If it's pre-approval, then there's no need for subject property address.
Oh, okay. I understand. Okay, so pre-approval shuts off some of those required fields. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I should have went through and checked what the pre-approval layout was. Okay, that makes sense. Can you create a loan template and clone that?
What do you mean loan template?
So like say for example, I just throw a Jane Smith in there and that allows me to be able to just, if I've got a new borrower and I don't want to mess with the general tab or the loan info tab right away, I want to be able to edit that during the conversation. Can I create a general template that bypasses all of that so I could get like right down to the employment tab, for example?
Yes, you can do that easily without even template.
Okay, how do I do that?
Actually, any of these loan can be a template.
Okay.
I would create a loan, a general, a template, a loan that's a template.
Yeah.
And then whatever you need to do is just go here and clone it.
Perfect. Okay.
You can clone it to a new prospect as any of these. You can, quickly to clone it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that.
Where do you click to clone? Do that again.
Everything is driven by drop down here. Very powerful. The drop down. You can assign to anyone. You can clone a loan.
What the heck? How come I don't have clone?
It's there.
I don't have clone either. Where do you turn that on in the back end?
It should be there.
It's not.
Mine either. I don't have email participants either.
Yeah, me too. It's convert to loan, change prospect type, export to Fannie Mae. It's missing email participant and clone. Is there a setting?
I don't have. Yeah, I do have audit log.
You should be able to.
Well, let's go check what your settings are and we'll see.
There's no clone setting. So it should be out of the box. It should be default.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what?
Yeah, I was looking for that last night and I couldn't.
That does save a lot of time if you can't clone. I was thinking the same thing.
Email, Mike, can you email info@moso.com as well?
Yeah, so let me.
And we will get back to you.
Okay, so I'm going to email on that. I'm going to email on.
The clone is very powerful because returning customers, you can get it up and running in 30 seconds.
Exactly.
What is it? Info@MOSO?
I can go ahead and.
Yeah, info@moso.com.
So in the meantime, if you can.
So just say, hello, can you turn my clone setting on? Hello.
I cannot clone a loan, something like that, and they will help you.
Unnecessary documents.
And I need to also do that. Or wait, can you show me how to select the lender when you're in prospect if you haven't?
Did you do it on your loan factor portal? Or did
No, a prospect, easy. In prospect here,
Yeah, I have not received it yet. It goes straight through my.
you can
So I can.
create an alert.
There's a to you once I confirm
Okay, that's how you select a lender, create an alert.
Yes,
Okay.
and
yes.
received anything.
Alert will have the lender. They all link together.
Right. Okay. All right. So I don't need to email on that. How to select lender. Okay, that's good. That's good. Mortgage insurance default. So I got an email on that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. But I
Lender conditions. Okay. So what are you doing
It goes
when
straight
you
to
get
my
your conditional approval? When your processor gets your conditional approval from the lender, are they importing those conditions into the system
No.
somewhere?
You have to go here and enter create a to-do for the
Okay.
borrower
Okay. All right.
and then send it down.
You know what would be so cool is, I mean, these wholesale lenders, they need to get on board because it would be so nice if they just, like in Compass, you know what I mean, where it's just boom, there's all your conditions. You could just go ahead and task them out and
You
assign
mean,
them.
but
And
the lender, the technology is so behind.
I know.
That's why we cannot iterate. We cannot get it automatically.
Hmm.
Yeah.
no problem. I can definitely
Now,
when I
other question. Loan processing templates, the alert messages, can they go out to the borrower via SMS, text as well, or is it just email?
What kind of template? I'm sorry, I missed the first part.
Okay, so the loan processing template, the
Yes.
general one that you have in there, whether it
Yes.
be lender specific or general, can those alert messages that go out to the borrower, do they go out just email or can they go out as a text message if you've got text messaging
Right
turned on?
now, right now, we don't have the template for those text messages.
Okay.
It's easy to turn it on, but then we have to come up with the template, and it has to be very short.
Yeah,
And
true.
right now, it's very difficult to squeeze in a lot of text into a very short text message.
Hmm.
That's why we don't have time to do that yet.
That's another technology shortfall. It just needs to be MMS to where you're not really so limited on characters
Yeah,
and then.
yeah, it has to be short. It cannot be long.
Hmm.
So we haven't done that yet.
Okay. Um, I think that pretty much covers all of my questions. Um,
So everything here in the main page is important. You should try to use all of this.
hmm
Everything important, we put it right here in this page.
hmm
So if you don't use it, if you don't or if you don't understand it, you're missing out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything here on this page, very important.
Well, and key is setting up your account right in the very beginning so that
Yes,
it's
yes,
triggering out right.
yes.
Can you go into the general templates again?
You mean email template?
No, the loan templates, loan processing under loan processing.
Where is it here?
Loan templates config right there.
Yeah, yeah. And then click on, yep. There we go.
Which one?
I'm kind of trying to find one here. Branch change. Are these all notifications that are going just to the borrower, or are some of these notifications going to staff as well?
Some of these go to staff as well.
Mm-hmm.
These are the email campaign.
Show me a staff generated one. If you don't mind, please.
This is all kind of scenario, clone loan instruction here. Here, like commission request pay internal. Commission request internal.
Mm-hmm. When condition documents, when admins upload documents to escrow, we send them to email. with links to these documents.
Yeah. And you can click on it to see, here's the template.
And who's the recipients of this email?
We have it here. Let me see.
Hey, Mike, are you a broker too?
Yeah, 100% broker. Yeah.
Where are you located?
California, Redding. So
Okay.
north of Sacramento. Where are you located?
I'm in Orange County.
Oh, nice.
So you're pretty good with technology too?
Yeah, for the most part, I can understand it or figure out a way to understand it. Yeah, so I think
And
so. I
you
mean,
never got out of Calyx?
well, because there's nothing
There's
really
nothing out
out
there.
there.
There's nothing.
So that's the problem. I was looking at Arrive last night, but there's no. I mean, I was on the AIM website trying to find a demo, blah blah blah.
There's a
But
demo, but I don't think you can do mass volume. Is what it is.
yeah, exactly. I don't know. In Kalex, to be honest with you, it's more
It's
expensive than it should be.
it's a
By
dinosaur.
the time you pay hosting and all that, it totally is.
Yeah, it really is a dinosaur.
It's just a 1003. That's why I've got, another CRM running and blah blah blah. I'm a real estate broker as well too, so I've got other things for the real estate company. Property processor attention on locked loan. Let's look at that.
See, like this one, we email ESCO title to get them give us the prelim.
So, and that happens automatically based on what filter?
Yes.
How do I identify? Let's take a look at that again. Like, where does that trigger out? I think it's, I think you passed it. It was at the bottom, I thought. When admin, company suspended. I saw it last night too.
Yeah. Let me see.
Escrow condition.
Next page. Okay. You're right here.
So open that up. Can I see the inside of that? Okay, so where do I tell what actually triggers this email to go out? What conditions are met to
See
trigger
this?
this?
See this? 2 hour. If we order a new, we place the order, and 2 hours later they don't. Okay. So when you convert a prospect to a loan,
Yes.
you have to select escrow company.
Okay.
And that escrow company, we set who should receive the order.
Mm-hmm.
And if 2 hour they don't, we create a login for them.
You create a what?
A login for them,
I'm not following that.
an account.
Oh, a login. Okay, I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, let me show you. So, closing agent here.
Mm-hmm.
They have the closing agent here, different user.
Mm-hmm.
Each user have username and password to log in.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the role here. They supposed to order prelim for us.
Mm-hmm.
And they supposed to log into our system and input the escrow number. If they miss
Right.
that, our system to go out and remind them. This is the email reminder.
Yes. Okay. Now, what stage do you hit when the loan is an active loan? What's the drop down that triggers that escrow to be ordered, or what? At
When you
what point?
convert it to a loan, it will trigger the order, the email sent out.
Okay. Okay. So when you convert it to a loan and you select the escrow officer, the closing agent,
Yes.
then automatically, once that closing agent is entered and it's saved, then it generates an email
Everything
placing the
automatic.
order.
Yes, everything automatic.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, we want to automate the entire thing. So any escrow condition, they can log in and they can take care of all of them for us. We put everything together for them. I told them, go ahead and go log in and take care of the condition for me and upload it for me. When they
So,
upload it, I can see it. It's go to my system automatically. There's no need to email back and forth and download and upload and all do that. Everything goes straight to the loan folder for me.
let me see in a loan all of the stages that are selected, please. I guess that would be under the status for the
On
status.
your loan here, that's to do here, that's where you should go.
Right, exactly. But you're changing the status of the loan and that's triggering those automations out, right?
No, I convert a prospect into a loan. It will
Yeah,
trigger the order of the prelim.
right. I understand that, but I'm talking about all the other automations in general. Like you've got under Andy America preparing for submission.
Yes.
Where do you change that? Like, let me see all of the
Here, this
stages
is the
that are in there.
workflow. We have workflow. This is to help the processor to know what to do next.
Next stage. Okay, so let me wrap my head around this for a second.
You
So
know,
then,
this you're supposed to move the loan forward, right?
exactly.
That
Yeah,
is
exactly.
the status here. That is the workflow. You need to move it forward.
So then what changes that status is when the to-dos are all
You have
clear.
to click on it and say, hey, the next status here, I need to assign the loan to processor, and then make sure it's assigned.
Okay.
Then I need to make sure I rename and combine, resize all of clear the to-do. Done. And this is a preparation step. And
Okay.
then I have to obtain tax bill and enter property tax into the 1003. Done. Is the property tax amount $500 a month. Done.
Gotcha.
So it's helped me, guide me every step of the way. So every loan, when it's ready to be submitted, everything is there.
And then as you're completing this out, it's triggering out those workflow notifications.
Yes, to the borrower, to the processor, and everyone. Yes.
And then do me a favor, hit that future status. That should show the rest of it, right? For the file all the way to completion.
Yes, yes. It will done when it finishes this one, it jump to the next one automatically. So it's done right here. Jump to the next one.
Yeah, okay.
And then you can see the future here.
Obtain all supporting documents. Okay. So basically, are those three stages all that there is, or is there more than that that keeps triggering out?
What's it again?
I see you have a progress bar there. So the assigned to processor, next status, and then future status pending the lender's approval. Is that all of the stages to the workflow, or
No, there's more. We
is
just
there
don't
more?
want to show you. There's more.
Yeah.
When you finish this, it will show you the next one.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's not going to overwhelm people. It keeps flowing through to the close of escrow. Okay.
Yes, yes.
That's pretty sweet, actually. because that's exactly what I've tried to build out in Pipedrive. Is basically that it's click this next task, and then I've got automation built to where once this task is completed, based on this condition, it reassigns a new task, and then I've basically done the same thing in a different system. So
I cannot understand how you can make everything work together like that. It's too much work.
well, that's why I'm on the phone with you. You know?
It's just too much. It's just too much. Yeah.
No, I mean, it's too much for one, and it gets very expensive for another.
Yeah, that's why I make it upfront that a lot of brokers try to use my system, and I want to make it clear to them it's not for them. If they are small, if they don't have the resources, forget about this. Or if they don't know about technology, these are getting too complicated. And there's no way to make it simpler. I already try to make it simple for everyone.
Really, once you get your company profile set up accurately, that's your foundational piece. Then everything else just
automatic
from there.
That's it. Very simple.
And then you just kind of got to get your bearings on like this and see it. And then once you see it for the first time, then you're done. You've got it down. Events, accept a loan, reject a loan, dead. Okay. How often do you have processors that reject the loan?
Not really. We keep changing. I keep changing my process. It's crazy. And my software got mad at me because I keep changing it.
So why do you feel like you needed to keep changing it? Just out of curiosity.
Because the requirement keep changing. So if you have a staff of 5 people, then it's different than you have 20 people, different than you have 200 people.
Yeah.
So my process keeps changing. And I showed you earlier the chart that you saw.
Yeah.
The assembly line, that is for my new model.
Could I get a copy of that chart?
Yeah, but you will not understand. It's a new model that I've been working on so that I can able to handle 1,000 or 100 or 10,000 of loans at the same time. I'm scaling up with the new model, new way to process loan. And it's very tough decision for me when I try to build a software for myself and for other brokers, because my requirements is different than your requirements. So it's very difficult. Yeah, I'm building a new system, a new assembly line system to process loan, and I can handle 10,000 of loans easily and quickly.
Now, is that system outside of MOSO, or is that system inside of MOSO, or are you building?
MOSO. It's inside MOSO. But it's gonna be I don't know if many people can use it because it's for assembly line. So you have to have a big team, big production to use it. Yeah, it's not for everyone.
Right.
We will turn it off for everyone.
Oh, you will turn it off for everyone?
Yeah, because it's a big feature, a big assembly line. It doesn't make sense if you have 5 people and you do 5 people may be okay at an assembly line. You know, here's the assembly line here. We move it from lead to prospect to loan, and we break it down everything into small pieces so that everyone can get focused on one thing.
Exactly. That's the key right there. So
Nobody's
nobody's crossing lines.
Exactly. We break it out, we define the role, we define and limit your responsibility so that you don't step over to someone else. And a loan, you know, is very complicated.
Yes.
It cannot be handled by 1 or 2 people.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I've been there, done that. I've been suffering a lot when my production go up, and I come up with a lot of different ways to address it. And I keep changing it. That's why you see not finalized yet. I keep changing, and everyone got mad at me because I keep changing it. That's the way it should be. Yeah.
So, what if I want that turned on? Would you turn it on for me once you get it done?
No, yeah, I mean, we haven't think about yet.
Yeah.
It's a very cool feature, and I plan to use it for myself because I will focus on not only lead but prospect and loan together. I will focus on, you know, I mean, lead. I need to focus on getting the leads and how to bring it back, bring it into prospect, and bring it to loan. So I will focus on all of these together. I mean, lead is everywhere, but how do you nurture and capture them and convert them?
Exactly.
So it's an art. And then from that to go to prospect, and how from a prospect how do you turn it to a loan? You know, every single step is important.
The commitment at that
Yeah.
point.
Exactly. And if we have dedicated staff focus on that task only, then you have a higher chance of being successful.
Conversion.
If you have an LOA or you working on too many things, you get distracted.
Totally, exactly, and you delay your call outs or whatever the case
Exactly.
may be, and you're not on it when their call to action is ready to go, but you're not reaching them at that time.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, my day, every day I spend 2 to 3 hours working on MOSO. Very important, even though I'm so busy with customers, with my company, but I still working on MOSO. It's very important. Software is so important.
No,
Yeah.
I agree with you 100% on all aspects.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems pretty cut and dry to me.
Yeah. and you see how complicated it is. And that's why I've been discussing carefully how to make it so simple for everyone.
Yeah. Well, let me see the rest of that page.
I define what MOSO need to do, define every single role, LA1, LA2, explaining the role and the workflow. Yeah, I'm working on a lot of different things.
Yeah. Interesting.
Still discussing, still not done yet. Yeah.
Well,
All right, guys. Well, thank you, Tuan,
Okay,
for your
thank you,
time.
everyone. I talk to you later. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
thanks, Tuan.